All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about the one single problem that basically runs everything in our economy. I'm talking from the price of your coffee this morning all the way up to global trade. It's that big. So, let's dive in.
So let me ask you a question, and I'm serious. Take a second to think about it. What's one thing you really want right now? Could be anything. Something you're saving up for, maybe just daydreaming about. Got it? Okay, hold on to that thought, because believe it or not, it's the key to this whole thing.
Maybe for you, it's something tangible, right? Something you can hold. A lot of us are probably thinking about getting our hands on the latest and greatest phone.
Or, hey, maybe it's not a thing at all. Maybe it's an experience. You know, that vacation you've been picturing in your head for months?
And it could even be something totally abstract. I mean, something you can't even buy. Like, who here wouldn't want just a little more free time? I know I would.
And look, even if you're a millionaire, the want is still there. It just gets bigger. Maybe it's a personal jet. See the pattern here? It doesn't matter who you are or what you've got. The bottom line is, there is always something else you want.
And that right there, that's the first huge piece of our economics story. It's this simple human truth that we live in a world of totally unlimited wants.
Okay, so it's super important to draw a line in the sand here. In economics, we talk about needs versus wants. Needs are the non-negotiables. Food, water, shelter. The stuff you need to literally survive. Wants, well, wants are everything else. That new phone? A want. That vacation? A want. The personal jet? Definitely a want.
And here's the real kicker, the big takeaway. Our wants are infinite. It's like a never-ending cycle. The second you get that thing you wanted, boom, another want just pops right up to take its place. They're always growing, always changing. That list, it never ever stops.
So you've got this endless, unstoppable list of things we all want. But it's on a collision course with the big villain of our story, if you will. And that villain is called scarcity.
What is scarcity? It's actually a pretty simple idea. It's the universal truth that there just isn't enough stuff to go around. Not enough time, not enough money, not enough resources to give every single person everything they want. It is the fundamental speed limit on our world. So, you can picture the whole problem like this. Over on one side, you've got us, with our infinite, unlimited wants. And on the other side, you've got the limited, scarce resources we have to work with. These two things are just locked in this constant push and pull. And that tension, well, that's what economics is all about.
So when we say scarce resources, what are we actually talking about? Well, economists break it down into four main categories, what they call the factors of production. First up, you've got land, which is basically all the natural resources. Then there's labor. That's just the human work and effort. Third is capital, which means all the man-made stuff we use to make other stuff, like tools and factories. And finally, enterprise. That's the spark, the big idea, and the willingness to take a risk to make it all happen. Okay, so what happens when you smash those two things together? Unlimited wants on one side, limited resources on the other. What's the result? You get the one thing that truly defines our lives every single day: choices.
And listen, this isn't just about you deciding what to have for dinner. It's everyone. You and me. We have to choose how we spend our time, our money. Businesses have to choose what they're going to make. Even governments have to make tough choices about where to put their money. Nobody gets a pass. Everyone has to choose.
Yeah, this really hits the nail on the head. Because our resources are limited, we are always having to decide how to use them. Think about it. You can't spend the same dollar twice. You can't be in two places at the same time. You always have to make a choice between competing options. So let's put it all together. We've got unlimited wants. We've got scarce resources. And that forces us to make choices. Which brings us finally to the big question. So, what is economics then?
And here's the answer. It's surprisingly simple. Economics is just the study of how we deal with that problem. That's it. It's about understanding how all of us, people, companies, entire countries, navigate this fundamental clash between what we want and what's actually available.
But it's really important to get one thing straight. Economics doesn't have a magic wand. It can't just get rid of scarcity or give everyone that private jet. What it can do, though, is give us the tools to understand the choices we're making, to see the potential consequences, and hopefully to make smarter decisions along the way.
And in the end, this massive global idea really comes all the way back down to you. Every single choice you make, big or small, is an economic choice. It's a trade-off you are making because of scarcity.
Your whole economic life is just a story told by your choices. So, the only question left is, what will you choose next?